So here's the nut. Here's a piece of pipe. The ID of the pipe is basically the same distance between the two slots. Here's a socket. Kind of fits inside, a little bit loose, but we can weld it in there. Of course, a marker to mark out where to make the cuts. This pipe is just a standard Schedule 80. I'm going to just clean up the end so when I make the marks on where to cut, I can see clearly. Alright, so you want to make sure you get your angle grinder plugged in. I'm just going to clean up the end. Okay, so with your pipe cleaned up, just place the nut on top, try and center it the best you can. And here you can see there's actually 6 slots. I'm probably only going to just cut it out to have 3. I think that'll work for this application. So then you want to just mark the area that you're going to want to cut out. So there in red I marked the areas I'm going to want to cut out, and I'm going to want to leave the shiny area still there because that's what's going to grab the notches on the nut. So I'm just going to fire up my cutting wheel and I'm going to cut out the areas in red, probably go down 1/4 of an inch. So the first thing I did was just cut around where the teeth are going to still exist, just to make sure everything lines up. You can see that's about how far I went down. Now what you'll do is just go ahead and cut out what's in between here, and we should have our tool. So it took me probably about 2 minutes, but I got the first 1/3 cut out. So a couple more minutes I should be able to have this finished up. So here's just a rough version of what I was going for. I got to clean it up a little bit. You can see it doesn't quite fit in the grooves it's supposed to, but I'll just grind some more away, maybe file it down, look nice, but it should work. So if you wanted to, you could use the tool as is, probably drill a hole through it and put a straight bar, or just use a pipe wrench. But what I want to do is be able to use my torque wrench. So I'm going to probably slide the socket in about there. There's some scrap socket I had, and I'm just going to weld around it so it fits in there. So here you can see I got my socket kind of just welded in there. Not the prettiest, but I think she'll work. So I attempted to use this once, and you can see because we were in the area here with the threads, just simply bent the tabs. So what I'm going to try, back this down, cut the threads off, and try it again. Okay, so I removed the threads, remade the new tabs. We'll give it a second try. So now with the nut removed, we can go ahead and continue disassembly of this engine.